girls are struggling a little bit, trying to find their place. Melissa Kelly has been injured, and they're trying to compensate for her loss. She should be back if she hasn't played tonight.
I think she's out for tonight's game, and then she'll be back for Pennsbury. She might even play in the tournament, since it is almost a week away.
Well, not that Melissa's going to answer all their problems, but it'll sure increase the amount of competition they're able to give their opponents.
Give them a little more offense, a little more ball handling skills, and a little more court presence, a little more leadership.
Absolutely.
Shockley steals it for the Eagles ahead to Green. Green over the front of the rim, and Green must be in double figures now.
He's got 15. The defense is allowing Marcus Green, as soon as he sees that it's going to be stolen, he shoots down court and gets the baseball pass. All night long, Norristown's been doing that, where they heave the ball down court. And Marcus Green's been the recipient of that a lot.
John Allen gets a shot there, and he's going to try to make it a three-point play as he's fouled by Josiah Perry. Josiah Perry, I believe, I think
he's got 3 fouls.
3 fouls, and he'll come out of the game replaced by T.J. Tolson. I'm really looking for Coach McGee to go more deeper in his bench, get some more players out there. I think Joe Roscoe would be a nice player to see on the court right now. He's got some three-point shots in his arsenal, and I'm sure he'd like to see some time on the court as Allen misses the free throw, but the Red Raiders get the rebound. Stephon Lewis to Hostetler in the corner for 3. The shot's no good. Rebound by Marcus Green. Green pushes it up the court, guarded by number 25, Stephon Lewis.
Well, this might be slightly premature because they don't have it in the bag yet, but if Norristown can hold on to this victory, this certainly is a real quality victory against one of the premier teams in the area.
That's right.
Ed Moore's fouled going to the basket, but this is a great test for these kids. They've come back, they're a full squad right now. They need some time to get together and learn where everyone's going to be and build some chemistry. This is a quality victory. I don't know what Coach McGee said at halftime, but it must have been something pretty inspirational for them to come out like they did.
Fouls on John Allen. He has 4 fouls. I'm not sure about the official scoring, but I don't think John Allen has more than 10 points. I have him at 8 as Eddie Moore goes to the free throw line for the Eagles to shoot 2.
Norristown's defense has been nothing short of dominant all night long. They've done a great job.
They've shut down the Red Raiders. They've kept them. He has to stay. The substitution is coming in. It's Brad Weldon. He has to stay off the court because they gave the ball to Ed Moore. Ed's got a second shot. He makes the first one, and he makes the second one. And Norristown now has a 63-38 lead as Weldon comes onto the court and replaces Ryan Shockley. Stanton with the ball. A little surprise there. Gets it over the timeline. Gets it back to Stephon Lewis. Still man-to-man defense. Pressure defense by the Eagles. Green on Lewis.
Well, we've seen a whole lot of ball handling out of Stephon Lewis as Ricky Middleton heads to the bench.
Ramsey Stanton with the basket there, guarded by Ed Moore. Almost another block for Ed. Great dribbling by Marcus Green. A little exhibition there. Stephen Lewis taking notes, hopefully. Green with a three-point attempt. It's no good. The rebound, Maurice Turner. Turner over to Lewis. Eagles get back on defense, and there's another opportunity for Ed Moore. It's no good. Stephon Lewis with a shot. It's no good. It's going to belong to Coatsville.
I don't know. I almost thought Ed Moore might have got a piece of that one.
Yeah, it looked like he might have got a little bit of that. The transition game is pretty smooth for Norristown. Once they lose the ball, they seem to get back quickly on defense, and they don't let the Raiders have anything too easy. Hostetler in the corner. Into Stanton. Stanton, oh, he drew the foul there. Nice play there by Ramsey Stanton, the senior from Coatsville. T.J. Tolson with a foul. The ball goes in the basket for Stanton, and that's 4 points, maybe 6 for Stanton. He's going to go to the line to get another one.
Ricky Middleton getting set to come back in.
Stanton misses it. Tolson with a rebound. Everyone just seemed to look around for that rebound as T.J. Tolson reached in and got it. Tolson in the corner to Weldon. Weldon for 3. Yes. Dave Verminski signals a three-pointer, and Brad Weldon gets it.
That's Brad's first points of the night. He seems to generally come up with as many points as he does minutes.
Bryant Moore with an easy basket for the Raiders.
Well, Coatsville's turned up the heat. Ed Moore did a very good thing, although it was kind of subtle. Normally, when you inbound the ball, you really don't think about it a whole lot. You kind of just flip it out to the point guard, Marcus Green. But that time, Coatsville jumped into a press. Ed started to release the pass, but then he caught himself, which allowed Marcus Green to lose his man. But that was a good job. He's got great basketball knowledge. What hasn't he done tonight? He's been shooting from the outside. He's been blocking shots. Been dishing out some assists. I'd like to see him, like I said earlier, establish himself in a little bit closer to the basket, but they really haven't needed to do that a whole lot. Maybe they could use this last 5 minutes and 46 seconds to work on that.
66-44, Norristown leads. They call full timeout, give their players a little rest. Sorry, John.
Go ahead, Neil.
Coatsville needs a little chance here to regroup and maybe put on a spurt in the last 5:46.
Take this opportunity to thank NASD TV for bringing this production into your homes. We've got a great crew. We talked a little bit to Greg Fry at halftime. He's part of that staff. Sam Galbraith is up there supervising the operation, and Carl Baker working the camera, all under the supervision of the communications director here at Norristown. Wonderful Tony Koya.
We want to also say hello to Cheryl Emerson, the competent secretary of Tony Koya. We want to wish everyone a happy holiday. It's December 23rd, celebrating Christmas and Hanukkah and Kwanzaa and other celebrations around this time of year.
And let's hope Norristown can give us all an early Christmas gift by hanging on to this 22-point lead.
Coach McGee would like nothing more than to beat Coatsville. He said that they were the most athletic team they're going to face this year, and that's saying pretty much since you're going to go against Plymouth Whitemarsh soon. They are a quick team. They have a 5-4 record, but they've taken on some really good opponents. But Norristown's been able to shut them down here. They've only scored 20 points here in the second half, as opposed to Norristown, who has 38 points.
Norristown goes into their keep-away game. Fouled by Coatsville.
Foul's going to be on... not sure who the foul was on. I guess it was Stephon Lewis, because he goes to the bench. Marcus Green shooting for the Eagles.
He's trying to add to his total. Right now, he's the leading scorer with 15 points. Check that, make it 16. Both teams in the bonus. Pretty balanced scoring so far. Maurice Allen has 10. Ed Moore's got 14. Wiggins has 10. Marcus Green remains at 16.
Misses the second shot. And look at that. TJ Tolson is always right there for the ball. He always wants his hand on the ball, and he got in there, and it will belong to Norristown.
Well, it's not to say that TJ Tolson isn't an accomplished offensive player, but some guys just seem to have a knack for the defensive side of the things. He certainly does.
He does. He seems to be where the ball is. As Marcus Green sinks another one. Takes Ramsey Stanton all the way to the basket.
Marcus is a great penetrator, and he can dish, but tonight he's letting everyone know that he can also score if he needs to.
Marcus Green, a sophomore at Norristown. He's got some good years here at Norristown basketball to go. As he gets another steal there. And that's Salim Campbell, Mr. Excitement, and he puts in 2 points. Campbell's got 4 on the night. Norristown's making it look easy with a 71-44 lead.
Well, if I'm the Coatsville coach at this point, I just put all my three-point shooters in and start launching them up from behind the arc. You got a lot of ground to make up and not much time, and the way this defense is playing from Norristown.
And here comes a fan favorite. Joe Roscoe, number 20, checks into the game, as well as Bobby Mayo, number 3, as Salim Campbell takes a seat. And Marcus Green gets a much-deserved break. He has 18 points on the night. I'm sure he'd like to try to get 20, but he needs a rest.
Well, there's no sense in getting the guy injured. Like you said, you've got PW coming up, and you got some tournament play coming up, so you want to keep your guys as healthy as you can. Plus, you're giving a chance to Bobby Mayo, who very well could start for every other team in the league. Unfortunately, he's got the sophomore Marcus Green ahead of him. But there's not a whole lot of drop-off in ability right there between Marcus Green and Bobby Mayo.
Brian Kirkland takes a shot. It goes awry, and Josiah Perry gets the rebound, and a foul is called quickly.
Another new face checking in for Norristown, Donald Vaughn, the senior, giving TJ Tolson a rest.
You know, when we started the season out, John, I looked at the roster for the Eagles, and I saw a lot of seniors, and I was worried that a lot of experience would be graduating this year, but I'm telling you, with the great guys on JV, and we got people like Maurice Allen and Marcus Green, they'll be sticking around for next year.
You got Weldon and Wiggins.
And Weldon and Wiggins, they're going to have a fine team next year. Someone is going to have to step up and take Ed Moore's place and Josiah Perry's, but the Eagles are going to be on fire next year as well.
Coatsville trying to open up the floodgates with a three-point shot. Bobby Mayo gets called for the turnover, so Coatsville will have a chance to cut into that lead right now. It stands at 24 points.
Brian Ward sees his first action tonight for the Raiders. Ricky Middleton on the court for them as well. Maurice Turner back for them. There's Middleton at the top of the key. Over to Kirkland. Inside to Allen. Allen's been busy tonight, and he's got another 2 points.
That was the guy they were most concerned about. He's having a decent night, but certainly not a dominating night.
Vaughn back to Mayo.
Mayo harassed by Middleton, and also 51, Brian Ward.
Stripped by Middleton and inside to Brian Ward now. His shot is blocked by Perry. Here he is again. Nope, it's Maurice Turner now. Turner goes baseline, he scores. Maurice Turner with 4 points. Mayo ahead to Vaughn. He's got Roscoe in the corner. Ooh, that looked like a clean block to me. But Turner's going to be called on the foul.
Well, this unit in for Norristown right now. A little bit cold coming off the bench. There's just under 3 minutes left to go in the game. Norristown holds a decided 20-point advantage. It's an opportunity for them to kind of feel their way around a little bit. Coatsville still has a lot of their starters on the floor. And these guys are already warmed up for Coatsville. So Norristown's Donald Vaughn and Joe Roscoe, Bobby Mayo. They're doing some things a little bit out of sync from the starting crew, but this is some valuable experience for them right now.
That's right. Vaughn misses the first shot. He's got another one. 2:59 left in this ball game. 20-point lead for Norristown. Vaughn's second shot doesn't go in. Rebound the Raiders. Middleton pushes it up. Over to Allen. Allen looks for himself, and basket's no good. He gets his own rebound, and he's going to be fouled by Josiah Perry. And I guess that's Josiah's fourth foul.
Well, I don't know if Coach McGee's even going to bother putting a sub in at this point with 2:48 left to go. No harm done, and the Coatsville coach gets a brand spanking new 5 to come out. Coach McGee does decide to put Ed Moore looked like he was coming in, and Coach McGee waved him back off, probably very wisely. At this point, with under 3 minutes, the game certainly is not in question, and you want to keep Ed Moore fresh and injury-free.
Wholesale substitutions here for the Red Raiders. Allen goes to the free throw line, makes his first one. He makes the second one, and he has 13 points. Substitution once again for the Raiders. It's Dennis Holmes. He takes Allen's spot. Allen with a tough night tonight. Fans are calling for Joe Roscoe. They want to see him light up the scoreboard. As Mayo dribbles around, and he takes it right to the basket and he scores. Bobby Mayo with 2 points. Holmes dribbles up for the Red Raiders. Over to Jesse Chalfant. Back to Holmes. Hostutler with 3. In and out, no good. Green with the rebound. Shot's no good. He gets his own rebound, possibly over the back. There's Bryant Moore. Hustle to the ball. Hostutler, another 3-point attempt. It's no good. Dennis Holmes puts the ball back up and he scores. Dennis Holmes with 6 points tonight.
Nice move down low for the 5'9" senior.
Bobby Mayo controls the ball for the Eagles. He's got Perry. He's got Weldon. He's got Joe Roscoe right there. And he's got Donald Vaughn. And there's Weldon way outside. NBA three-pointer. No good. Hostutler with the rebound. Over to Dennis Holmes. Holmes threads the defense. Passes off to Bryant Moore, and Bryant gets a 6-point.
Coatsville cuts the deficit to 16 with 1:40. Coach McGee's got his last 2 subs on the floor in front of the scoring table, set to check in. He's going to call timeout to get them into the game.
That'll be Lee Fowler, number 53, and Milan Dean, number 33. Check that, Fowler's 54. Milan Dean led was one of the leading scorers in the JV game. He had 10 points. Danny Evans had 12, although they lost 55-53. It was a close game the whole game. Coatsville pulled it out right at the end. They had a 5-point lead, and then a 3-pointer right at the end made it look better on paper. But Norristown is getting even in the varsity game as they lead 73-57. A 16-point lead here tonight. And it's an all-sub lineup right now for the Eagles as Milan Dean checks into the game, as well as Lee Fowler, number 54.
Lee Fowler, big 6'6" guy. He's a junior. He'll be back next year. So hopefully he'll get some seasoning this year and possibly step into the Ed Moore role a little bit, although he'd be impossible to replace.
And I think Milan Dean will step up to that varsity level next year. He's a real talent on that JV squad. He's got a real presence on the court.
Ball handling exhibition by Bobby Mayo. Kicks it out to Joe Roscoe.
Roscoe.
Crowd goes crazy. Neil called it. Nice job with the steal right there. He got a hand to the face, though, Milan Dean, and he is beneath Norristown's backboard, holding his eye, maybe. Referee's going to call timeout.
Yep.
Make sure he's okay. Milan Dean does not want to come off the court, though.
Nope, he wants to stay out there. Joe Roscoe lights up the crowd there with a three-pointer coming off the bench. I said he had a lot in his arsenal, and he always does. And I'm sure they could go to him again. There it is again. Joe Roscoe. Oh, that was in and out. Lee Fowler with a rebound.
I'll tell you what, Joe Roscoe certainly has one of the more interesting deliveries I've ever seen. That is not your textbook jump shot that he fires from three-point range. It almost looks like the old Bob Cousy two-handed push.
Yep, two-hand set shot by Bob Cousy.
I think I saw Joe Roscoe in the movie Hoosiers.
I think he might have got some lessons from Pistol Pete Maravich too. As Lee Fowler goes to the free throw line, bringing out some old names there. And Fowler gets in the box score with his first point. 77-57, 1 minute, 3 seconds left in the game.
Referee calls time, trying to sort some things out on the court. They're going to conference in the middle of the court.
Not sure what the call there was.
Kind of questioning what the story is. They're going to go talk it over with Coach McGee. Looks like Coatsville's going to get possession of the ball. 103, not that it matters that much.
I'm not sure what the call there was. I couldn't hear it over the noise in the gym. Nice crowd here on hand for this game. Hostetler with another three-point attempt. That's his third one. It's going awry.
Great job by Dean getting up for that rebound.
Mayo with 50 seconds left in the game. Tries to get a basket there. It's no good. Rebound Hostetler. Hostetler ahead to Bryant Moore. Moore takes it himself. Moore with 8 points on the night. Mayo with the ball. Dribbles behind the back. Guarded by Brian Ward. That's number 51.
30 seconds remain in the game.
I guess they're going to go for one shot here, looking for Roscoe in the corner. Roscoe's got his hands on the ball, guarded by Jesse Chalfont. The crowd once more. Roscoe. Ooh.
Donald Vaughn had his man pinned, and Roscoe thought he wanted to get the ball in there, but they couldn't quite connect. And again, that's just a little bit of lack of playing time right now. Roscoe does a good job intercepting that pass.
Roscoe over to Bobby Mayo. Ball will stay Norristown, and the stands are emptying out. They've seen it all they need to see as Norristown shows Coatsville how to play basketball here. 77-59, 6 seconds down. Chalfont over to Moore. Moore baseline into Brian Ward. Brian Ward gets 2 points. That's his first two, and that's the ball game. 77-61, Norristown over Coatsville. John, do we want to do a wrap-up right here?
Yeah, that sounds fine. I think that we ended up with a 15-point advantage, a very convincing victory on the part of Norristown. They've had some question marks up to this point. They had a tough test coming into their house tonight. They do a good job in the third quarter, or actually starting in the second quarter, pulling away and handling a very difficult Coatsville squad.
They came out in the second half and took a commanding 22-point lead. For Coatsville, John Allen had 13 points, Bryant Moore had 8, and Dennis Holmes had 6. And Norristown, the scoring attack was led by Marcus Green.
Marcus Green had 18 points. He was complimented nicely by Ed Moore, who chipped in with 14. Maurice Allen had 12. James Wiggins had 10. They were the leading scorers for Norristown, but Ed Moore had, by my unofficial count, 6 block shots, and the Norristown defense really was the story of the game.
Yep, we're almost at the halfway point of the boys basketball schedule, and they're 8-1 right now, and they have to be pretty happy. They are undefeated in the Suburban 1 League, and they beat a great Coatsville squad tonight. They have the Triangle Tournament coming up, also a game against Plymouth Whitemarsh, and some other league games. They have a string of league games, all league games in the second half of the season. Pennsbury, North Penn, Truman, Ben Salem. They're also going to Harrisburg, so we should see some good play out of the Norristown Eagles.
Well, we had a great job done by the coaching staff over at Norristown. The coaches put together a beautiful game plan. They came out and made whatever adjustments at halftime, pulled away, and beat a rival of theirs.
All right. Final score 77-61, 16-point win for Norristown here at Norristown Area High School. We want to thank Greg Fry, Carl Baker, and Sam Galbraith, and the entire NSD TV staff for their fine performance tonight. And we'll see you back here, hopefully, for that Plymouth Whitemarsh game. For John Price, this is Neil Schaefer signing off.
Happy holidays.